have a woman that you're together with, and explain to her even from the outside that you might want to live a polygamous lifestyle, is it easy enough just to say that, or does she have to be cultured a certain way? Can you just take her right out the neighborhood and do these things, or is this what kind of process is this?
I think the process should be that you should immediately ask her what kind of relationship does she want. Most women are serious and want to have only one man. Most women. Most men, I can't say that's the case with most men, but I think you should keep everything on the table. I think you should discuss if you want to have more than one person in a relationship. I don't think she need to find out after a while that you got another woman or you got a secret family somewhere. I think that men need to tell the truth about who they are and what kind of relationship they want to have. And the women too. Because women come into it, and thinking somebody may be, he may look good physically for her to have on her arm, but he wants to do other things. So I think, you must put it out front on what kind of relationship you want to have with this man, and the woman need to put what kind of relationship she wants to have, and then everything is on the table. I think there's nothing wrong with somebody having more than one, or or what have it, they want to do it, but as long as everybody knows about it. It shouldn't be no secrets where I found out 2-3 weeks later or 5 years later that you've been having another man and I didn't know about it, or you have another woman, and didn't know about it. You feel me? So I think all of them things, they should have been dealt with at the beginning of the relationship.
Now, Saville, I know you're not talking about the freakishness, like per se, that goes on with that so-called royal family over there in Britain, where they was fooling with the boys' jumping out the window. And I think one of her sons, not Charles, but the other one, was in the scandal with Epstein and all that. That's very different. What Saville, I think you're saying is a lot of these women, in particular black women, children need fathers. So it ain't just about sex on the base or something. That's the base level. It's about fatherhood and taking care of another family.
You're so right, Bob. I couldn't even say it better myself, man. I think that at the end of the day, the European looks at relationships different from how we look at relationships. I'm talking about those of us who understand the capacity of what it is to actually love somebody and be there for their children. Remember, the European, or what I can say, white people, have a different concept about how they look at relationships. Because remember, they deal with incest. Incest is the ability and the idea that they can have sex with their sister or have sex with their brother. You know what I'm saying? Or a cat or a dog or a monkey. You feel me? This is their nature. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not on the level physically or mentally like the original people of the planet. They're not like us. So of course they're going to go astray and do what they did. Remember, we were never in caves. It's from the cave people. We were never in caves. I'm going to say it again. We were in the jungles. And you know what I'm saying, where they had all the fruits and vegetables, and we could just pick our fruits. You know what I'm saying, off the tree and eat. Remember, they was in a cold climate where it was cold. They was freezing to death. You know what I'm saying? They had to have sex with the dogs and the cats. You know what I'm saying? And just do all kind of creepy, low-life things in order to survive. That's why they hate us so much. Because we come from a warm environment where we had everything, you know what I'm saying, there that we needed to survive. So, of course, they're not going to look at us in the same manner that we would look at them. Of course, they look at us in a different manner. That's why they hate us so much. And this is where the word eugenics comes from, where they want to destroy black people because they understand the significance of us having sex and creating babies. We would be here way longer, and we would prosper much greater than them because they can't reproduce or have life like we can. But coming back to the question that Baba had asked me, I think it's very important, man, for us to understand the significance of having relationships and meaningful relationships and deal with truth. If you're not ready for a relationship with a man on a man, you know what I'm saying, a basis like a woman with a man and a man with a woman, and you're not ready for that kind of commitment, don't say it out your mouth, man. Don't say it out your mouth. Just say, look, baby, I'm not ready. I just want to have sex with you and that's it. You know what I'm saying? If one time that we still around each other and I want to get serious about having a relationship, then it might happen. But don't tell her that it's just you and her and you're telling a lie. Don't do that, man. Tell the truth and let it be known of how you feel about a relationship. And make sure that the last relationship that you had, that you're done with that. And don't bring it into the new one, because that's what people do. They bring their old relationships in, you know what I'm saying, their new relationships. And they've been hurt and they've been tore up and they bring that into the relationship.
To switch gears a little bit, and I don't want to go too far with this, but you are my Baba, you are a Baba to our people out here. Give us some wisdom on Fat Joe said that, and shout out to our Puerto Rican family, that they were made up 50% of the inception of hip hop.
Non-truth, Baba. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of hip hop, because I'm old enough to know what it was, because I was back there in them days. And I remember, man, the whole concept, man. And you know what I'm saying? I think maybe about 20%, man, of Puerto Ricans were even involved with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I think that when Fat Joe said that, I don't know what he was thinking about, because that's not true. Now, remember, the Puerto Rican came into America and he was in tune with black people. He watched black people. He dressed like black people. He talked like black people. But he was just speaking a strange language because we didn't really understand Spanish. But the original Spaniards are white. You know what I'm saying? And are invaders in different countries where they took over and they left the language. So we have to understand that, first of all, you know what I'm saying, about Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, all of these different things and these titles that was given to us at one time. But everybody follows black people, Fat Joe. The black people have always symbolized, you know what I'm saying, style and finesse, and we were always original. So anything that we were doing, y'all were doing. Because we were basically, some of us was in the same environment. We wasn't following y'all, you was following us. That's need to say that one is better than the other. But what I'm saying to you is that we the setters of what was going on inside the ghetto or inside those environments in Harlem, in Brownsville, in the Bronx, South Bronx, wherever it was going on, it started with us, Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Joe wasn't there, but we the originators of it, of hip-hop, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to, you know what I'm saying, I'm not trying to knock Puerto Ricans, you know what I'm saying, because I have Puerto Ricans in my family. I have Dominicans in my family. I have Panamanians in my family. I have different elements, I have different people that's in my family. So it's not even about that, it's just about the statement that was made that's not true. Maybe 20%. You know what I'm saying? At the most, maybe 30%. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is go back to the old school and just look at the old tapes. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not saying they didn't have talent, they had talent. But we the original people of the planet Earth. Black people. At the end of the day, Baba. And you know what I'm saying? We have to get our recognition, man. Everybody else wants their recognition. We have to get our recognition. And most things that was created in America comes from black people. I don't care if it was the stove. I don't care if it was the light bulb. I don't care what it was. You know what I'm saying? Majority of creations and developments of creating things were done by black people and was stolen by other people, and then they claimed it. At the end of the day, man, like they have been doing with us from the beginning of time. Africa has all the resources. You know what I'm saying? We had gold, we had copper, we had everything that we needed in Africa, man, to survive. Everybody had to come to us and steal and rob and take our resources. So remember who you are and never forget that the struggle is real, man. This is a real struggle. They created all kind of diseases that kill us. Every 5 minutes they come up with some new shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and putting it out there. Monkeypox. You know what I'm saying? The old polio. Now, when I was young, I took a polio shot when I was a baby. Now here we got 67 years later. They're coming out talking about polio is back. What kind of shit is that? Where did it come from? Who brought it here? You think they're not in the laboratories creating different diseases that break down the population of the world? They know there's not going to be enough food on the planet Earth. There's not going to be enough water on the planet Earth. So they got to kill people. This is by design. This is not something that just came out of nowhere. All of them rich white families, the 10 richest families in the world, they sat at the table, Bill Gates and the boys, and decided that black people have to go, or we have to decrease their population. You know what I'm saying? Abortion. You know what I'm saying? Listen. The only people that mad about what them crackers did in the Supreme Court was to cancel out abortion is white people, because they don't want black people to start killing themselves with that abortion shit. Don't get it twisted, man. They love it, man. You know what I'm saying? And when them crackers did that, man, they was pissed off because black people would not be going to kill themselves like they did. Margaret Sanger, who started eugenics, is from Brownsville. I want y'all to do the research. Look it up. She comes from right here where I'm sitting at. Brownsville, Brooklyn. Margaret Sanger. She comes from here. And she started that abortion shit so black people can kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? And you less the population. That was the whole plan out the gate. To destroy our seeds, man, and our babies, man. And that's why she created that whole process and did what she did at the end of the day, man. And, you know, I had to just manifest that. I'm sorry, man, that you haven't heard from me in a while, but I've been recovering. I've been recouping from that COVID.
Condolences to your family of the loss of your mother.
Yes, man, and I want to also say I just lost my mother about like three weeks ago. And, you know, it's a hurting feeling, man, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, I give myself my condolences that my mother had to pass away, man, and things had happened in process to that. And, you know, it's nothing like a mother, man. So you need to respect your mothers, man, and give them praise, man, while they're here, man. You know what I'm saying? They for the flowers at the graveyard, man. You give her flowers while she's here. And respect that black woman, man. That black woman, man, is the key to our survival, man. Because without her, you know what I'm saying? We go nowhere. And I don't want you ever to forget that, man. Without that black woman, we goes nowhere. We got to start to respect ourselves, man, and our women, man. And we have to build up that family unit, man. Remember, there's no more manhood training. The men are not getting trained, you know what I'm saying, to be men no more. Because there ain't no men in the household. You know what I'm saying? These people are pushing this gay shit, man. They got cartoons on TV. They got all kind of stuff going on, man, trying to turn our men into women. Why? It's another form of eugenics. Stop the population growth, where a man is not going to like a woman. He want another man. So that means that the population will hold up. It will stop if men start thinking like that, man. So I'm just giving you an abbreviation and a little taste, man, of what's been going on, man, and we need to keep it on the topic.